Hey everyone, it is Monday, March 20th, which means it is officially the first day of spring. The time right now is 4:29 p.m. and the temperature is around 6 degrees Celsius. And I am here in Bloor, West Village, and this would be Neil McClellan Park. And there is Runnymede Station just across the street there. And there is the e-scooter, and for this one I'll be hopping on the e-scooter and making my way over to Jane Street, and then I'll head up to Annette Street. And I'll ride along the south end of the Junction neighborhood over to where it becomes Dupont. And then I think I'll make my way down to Wallace and then Bloor Street, and then I'll just make my way east for a while, probably ending up somewhere around Yonge Street. All right, let's get riding here. And admittedly, I was feeling a tad on the lazy side today, hence the e-scooter ride. I still wanted to get out and make a video of the city. So this is Bloor Street west I'm about to turn right onto. And this is where the bike lanes terminate to the west along Bloor Street. And that's the last little bit of bike lanes there. It would be nice to see these extended all the way through Etobicoke, perhaps one day. And it is certainly much nicer than it was yesterday. I was out live streaming the St. Paddy's Parade, and it was about -3, but with the wind it felt a lot colder than that. And today I'm out riding, not even wearing gloves. So this here is Dury Street. And there's a couple of festivals held every year in this neighborhood. I think one was called Bloor West Fest. And then there's the big Ukrainian festival that takes place at the same time the Polish festival does on Roncesvalles. I recorded both of those last year. And I have flipped on my Strava app, so if I can remember to, I'll be able to dish out some ride stats at the end of this one. And I did set it to e-bike mode, so it doesn't look like I'm cheating and just riding a regular bike in my stats. So here is Jane Street, and this is where I'll turn right. And Jane Station is just on the right. So this is north up the east side of Jane. There's a school on the right. I think all the school kids have returned after having last week off due to March break. And I'll be going by a few different schools on Annette Street, but I guess it's a little late in the day for the kids to be letting out. So I imagine things will be a bit quiet. But Annette Street does have a bike lane. So at least I'll be in the comfort of a bike lane for most of this one. And the neighborhood just up here on the left is known as Bobby Point, although it's spelled B-A-B-Y. So it's not uncommon to hear people call it Baby Point. That's one I've been meaning to tackle in a regular walking video, so I think you can look for that coming later this spring. And there's a nice little stretch of retail right here. And Annette Street sits between Bloor Street and Dundas Street West. There's the 35 Jane bus right in front of me, so I'll be turning right here onto Annette. And on the left of this intersection is actually Bobby Point Road. So this is east along Annette Street. It's a mix of commercial and residential. I've recorded a few videos through here before, but not too many. I think I've even done a live stream. And I do know there's a few viewers that live along here. The Repeat Boutique. That looks new. And that street sign had Bobby Point written on it. So perhaps that neighborhood extends to the east of Jane Street for a bit. It's a bicycle shop. And a barber shop. Bobby Point Barbershop is the name. And if you're wondering, I'm going about 18, 19 kilometers per hour. And if you have any ideas for e-scooter rides or bike rides you'd like to see around the city, let me know down in the comments. And I have made it back to Runnymede Road. So where I started was just to the south of here. So to the right down on Bloor is Bloor West Village. And this is the southern boundary of the Junction neighborhood, which is roughly between here and St. Clair to the north. And I think the last day of spring is in June. For some reason, June 21st is in my head. I imagine by then we'll have a few days where you can get away with shorts and a t-shirt. This is Evelyn Avenue, and there's a number of schools just up here on the right. Starting with St. Cecilia Catholic School, just there. French immersion program here. There's the Annette Community Recreation Center. I believe there's an alternative school just in on the right. And some big, gorgeous old homes on the left. That's the Annette Street Public School right there, and I think that's an alternative school that's connected to. It can be kind of hard to pivot the camera the way I have it mounted. This is Clendenin Avenue. Good thing these wheels have fenders over them. There's a church that I believe is undergoing a loft conversion just on the right. That's a very common sight these days. .260 High Park church lofts and residence. 15 spectacular residences. I imagine those will be rather pricey. And this is High Park Avenue. The neighborhood on the right is often referred to as High Park North. And you could turn right and find your way down to High Park Station. There's another church that's been converted into lofts. The Victoria Lofts. And a library on the right. So coming up should be Keele Street, and just north of here at Keele and Dundas. It's sort of be the heart of the Junction's retail area. Here's Keele Street. There's a classic Toronto move right ahead. Cars trying to get through the intersection before they can clear it. And just to the right on Keele here is Keele Station. And just to the north of here, Dundas Street, which was running east-west parallel to Annette Street, starts to dip to the south. And I'll end up crossing it soon, actually. That'll take us out of the junction and into the junction triangle. I just love how a lot of these intersections have corner stores on them. Not something you see in modern suburbia. Alright, this is Dundas Street straight ahead, and it looks like I'm not going to make the light. And on the other side, it becomes Dupont Street. And so far I have traveled 4.34 kilometers, averaging a speed of 15.8 kilometers per hour. And just to the south of here is Dundas West Station. That's actually where I started recording the video that went up on the channel this morning. That was a walk through Roncesvalles. And I'll be passing under a rail corridor, as well as the West Toronto Rail Path, which I believe is under construction in this stretch and is severed in a few spots. That's the rail corridor that the Up Express train from Union to Toronto Pearson Airport takes. So this is now Dupont, and I'm going to turn right in a few blocks. This street here says no right turns, bicycles accepted. This is a neat stretch I'll be covering in a future walking video as well. All right, let's make a right. Let's see what street is coming up next. Perth Avenue looks good to me. So this is still the junction triangle. And I think I said I would take Wallace when I was doing the intro to this video. So Wallace Avenue should be coming up in a few blocks. I'll turn left there. That'll take us alongside the Ubisoft Toronto office. It's a large software and game developer, and I think they're headquartered in Montreal. This is Ruskin Avenue. And as much as I'm a proponent of installing bike lanes, I don't think they're all that super necessary on residential streets like this. At least not if there's proper traffic calming measures in place. There's another church loft conversion, the arch lofts on the left. And we have made it to Wallace. Nodded thank you at that driver. And I don't think I've ever seen this rail crossing in action before. This is neat. And this is the eastern border of the Junction Triangle, this rail corridor here. And just on the other side, on the left, is where Ubisoft is located. And we have a GO train. And I think the plan is to move the trains up to this corridor, or elevated corridor they're building. That'll eliminate the need for the surface level crossing. Pretty sure I saw that on the RM Transit channel. Not sure if that Jeep was aware that there was a stop sign there. Or rather, the driver of the Jeep. And this is Lansdowne Avenue, and just to the south of here is Bloor Street. There's an ambulance and fire truck with their lights on just to the north of here. Maybe what I'll do is I'll ride east for a few more blocks, and I'll head south down to Bloor. This is Emerson Avenue. And this would be a one-way street. Margaretta Street. I can't tell if that blue car or not on the right has someone driving it. I'm pretty sure they're not supposed to be parked that close to the intersection. All right, let's head down Brock Avenue, and there is St. Sebastian Catholic School on the left. And Bloor Street West awaits straight ahead. That apartment on the right looks like it could have been a church at some point. And I want to go left here. And just to the left is Dupont Street. And this is Bloordale Village. Make sure no cyclists are coming. And now we're in familiar territory. There's an unusually clear shot of the CN Tower off on the right. It's not often you get this far away from it and you can see it so clearly. So this is east on Bloor Street West. So from the unfamiliar to the very familiar, if you watch this channel regularly. And we're heading to the Bloor and Ossington area. It's not quite going to feel like spring till all this snow finishes melting off. This is Davenport Road, and the neighborhood to the north of here is often referred to as Davenport Park. And if you're in the mood for Ethiopian food, this is the second best place in the city to find that. The other being over on Danforth around Greenwood. And this is Ossington Avenue. And it's just about now. I wish I had my gloves on. My hands have been progressively getting colder on this one. And we've got a red light. This might give me an opportunity to put them on. Let's see if I can get it done. Gloves out of the backpack.
Oh, seriously, stop it.
That collie just came over to say hi. Mission accomplished before the traffic signal changed. I'm sure Houdini would be proud. On the left we have Christie Pitts Park. Alright, so I've hatched a plan. I'm going to ride maybe over to Bedford, and then I'll take Bedford up to Davenport, and then I'll take that over to Yonge, and I'll finish right at Yonge and Davenport. So there's still a ways to go. And this is Grace Street here, as we are about to enter Koreatown. There's someone in a t-shirt.
I'm waiting. No.
And we are in Koreatown. And I think my equipment is enjoying the slightly warmer weather. The last time I used my scooter, it was quite cold and the battery dropped really quickly. Same goes for my camera. Both seem to be in good shape. And Hair 1010 is still there. I used to go there back when I lived in the neighborhood around 2006. The Mervish Village redevelopment is just on the right here. That's all the construction where Honest Ed's used to be. And here is Bathurst Street, so this is the north end of downtown, and I'm about to enter the Annex neighborhood. That Fat Burger is new. I've yet to try it. There's a cafe there called the Green Beanery before. Careful. No worries. He said sorry, but you gotta look before you pop that door open. And if you're riding along here, just assume every door you see is gonna pop open. Here's Robert Street. There's a lot to look at there. I was watching the guy walking his cat on his shoulders. And I missed that near accident there. Here's Spadina Avenue. That's a neat little folding bike. And this is still the Annex neighborhood. Here's St. George Street and the University of Toronto St. George campus on the right. I'm going to turn left here at Bedford Road. And this is where you'll find St. George Station on the left, and on the right is the condo where former mayor lives, or at least he lived there. And this is still the Annex. There's Tattle Creek Park on the left. There's a stop the 413 sign. Not too many NIMBY messages I get behind, but well, I support that one. And the 413 isn't really in the backyard of these residents, so I don't even think NIMBY is a fair label there. And here is Davenport Road, so I'll turn right onto Davenport. And I'll just take that over to Yonge. I really like this condo on the left. I don't think it's something I could ever afford. I just like how the units look. Those would be pretty awesome balconies. And this here is Avenue Road. And just to the right, which is to the south, is the Yorkville neighborhood on the left side. And this appears to be New Street, but you can't really see it. It is hiding behind that sign. This is the north end of Bay Street. And this goes south all the way down to the lake. And the South Core District running through the heart of the financial district. They get a green light, but the bicycle signal stays red. I guess that's to allow for right turns. And this is Yonge Street. This is the Frank Stollery Parquet just here on the right. And there are a lot of pigeons hanging out here. So let me check the ride stats here. I covered exactly 12 kilometers, well 12.01, it just went up. And 15.2 or 15.3 kilometers per hour, and I've been riding for about 47 minutes. And I think these pigeons think I'm going to be feeding them. Look at them all. Sorry guys. And on that note, I hope you enjoyed this one. Starting from Runnymede Station, or right around the corner from it, and making my way east through varying streets. Some, well, of course, some residential, some more commercial, as well as Bloor Street, of course, over to here at Yonge and Davenport. Again, hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. And if you wish to support the channel, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership in the description. I have an Instagram account at Johnny Strides, and there's a super thanks button if you wish to say thanks that way. Anywho, thank you for watching. Stay warm, stay safe. Enjoy the beginning of spring, and I will catch you on the next one. Yoink. And some bonus footage. Someone just rolled up in a smart car and hopped out and chucked a bunch of bread at these pigeons. That was kind of neat.